the FDA Commissioner, Dr. Marty McCary, Director of the National Institutes of Health, Dr. Jay Bhattacharya, and the Director of the National Institute on Drug Abuse, Dr. Nora Valkow, as well as Dr. Ilana Braun from the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, Duke University's Dr. David Casseret, the National Commander of the American Legion, Dan Wiley, and my friend Howard Kessler. Howard, how are you feeling? I'm telling you, he looks better than he did 20 years ago. But I don't want to go through what you went through to get there.
Remember that.
Right? It looks like you're doing great. Proud of you. I want to emphasize that the order I am about to sign is not the legalization, or it doesn't legalize marijuana in any way, shape, or form, and in no way sanctions its use as a recreational drug. It has nothing to do with it. Just as the prescription painkillers may have legitimate uses, but can also do irreversible damage and never, if you look at some of the damage that can be caused, wreck lives, and if it's abused, it's never safe to use powerful controlled substances in recreational manners, and especially in this case. If you take a look,
I got to pause.
He got off the script and went immediately against the script.
What's up, Miss LB? How you doing? Nice to see you in here.
Hey, Gina. He said, yeah, this helps a lot of people, but them people bad, and they be like addicted to them things.
What's up, Sco?
And we still don't encourage recreational use.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, he definitely went off script there, right? Like, I wasn't the only person that thought so.
Well, he said he made it like it was completely contradictory from what he started with to where he got now.
It's so great, it's gonna kill you. That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
I've offered this new alternative to weed. It's called the Rocky Cliff.
What's up, Q? Nice to see you in here too.
Okay.
Does anybody remember the Dewey Cox story? Walk Hard.
No.
I can't play
Walk
it.
Hard.
Say it. There was a scene when Tim Meadows' character was talking to Dewey, right? And he goes, Dewey opens the door to the bathroom, and Tim Meadows is in there with like 3-4 chicks. And so, Dewey was, pretty much raised as a farm boy, sheltered, that type of thing. He says, what are you guys doing in here? And Tim Meadows goes, Dewey, get out of here. You don't want none of this shit. And then Dewey goes, oh, yeah, I don't want to get a hangover. It doesn't cause hangovers. Well, I don't want to, have a bad habit. It's not habit forming. Well, I'm just starting out. I don't have that much money for it. It's the cheapest drug there is. And then he goes, well, I got a wife. I got to go back home and sleep with my wife. It makes sex better. Dewey, get out of here. You don't want none of this shit. Dewey said, I think I do want some of this.
I think I do.
That's kind of how this sounds, is it not?
Shout out to Tim Meadows, the absolute legend.
I love Tim Meadows.
Dude, him and Peacemaker is the funniest shit that's ever happened in my life. I love that man.
When I saw that, I lost it.
He's so good. He's so funny.
It's because he's so sarcastic but so serious.
Hey, I have bird blindness, and you knew that.
You knew I had bird blindness. I can't tell the difference between a duck, a pigeon, and an eagle.
He said it was a penguin. He called Eagly a penguin. I almost died. Anyway, back to your drugs, you Alex.
So I hear in my brain of brains, I heard this is great, but don't use it recreationally, even though it's great. And he looks 20 years younger because now he can get his marijuana
for medicinal use because drugs are bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm not mistaken, if I'm mistaken, Mike, you correct me. I'm sure you're much more well versed than me on this.
Yeah, I do a lot of drugs. I mean, what? What was the question?
Not the drugs. Not the drugs, Mikey.
Oh, I knew that.
I was talking about the fact that they canceled generic versions of drugs like Ozempic earlier in this term.
That's a great idea.
And they said that no more generics, and the price of them went up. I'm talking about a one single dosage price up to like $1,400.
Can I get big screen for a second?
I got you. We're gonna make him big, y'all.
So if you look at this piece of paper right here, it's connected to this piece of paper right here. So we're gonna go ahead and lower the cost as soon as we get all these regulators up out of the federal government. So take that how you want to take that. Back to you in the studio, Chuck.
Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. We are live in the Test Down studio. I have guests for all of you that are just
all that shit's gonna be free when they no longer have to verify what's actually in that fucking syringe, and when they can charge you whatever the fuck they want for it.
And that's pretty much what they're. And so I'm guessing that's why they shut the generics down to begin with.
Yeah, they can. They're not gonna have. There's not going to be referees in about 6 months. So
yeah, well, the price of medicine is higher than ever.
Yeah.
That's not
changing.
That's only going to get worse because now there's literally no one to stop monopolies.
Well,
we're about to be part of Disney, Hulu, PBS Plus is about to hit all of our asses in the face.
So we're removing regulation from things that should be regulated.
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah. All regulations.
So here's the flip side of this, right? So now that we have the executive order that it's not a Schedule 1 and a Schedule 3, what about all the people that are awaiting sentencing and or trials for possession?
Surprise, surprise. They still going to jail. They're still doing their sentences.
Well, we can't let you out.
Right. All that labor.
I mean,
no, they're not doing anything.
I mean, how's Aldi's gonna keep these prices low if I let you out of jail?
The boss says there are so many drugs that don't have generics anymore. It's gotten bad. Well, I mean, that's because they signed orders to stop the generics.
Look, y'all finna pay.
What's up, Billy? How you guys doing?
That's at the end of the day.
That's coming in here, I can't say everybody's names. Just know we care about you and love you. Okay.
Hi, Chris.
It's not the normal slow drivel. Everyone just came in at once.
Darren's friend.
But it's because they stopped the generics, Mr. Boss. They stopped the generics, like it's sweeping across other drugs, including inhalers. And like I'm talking about, there's so many different brands of inhaler that you could get from, let's say, a Walgreens before this happened. Now you can only get like 3 different kinds. You know, you can pay for the most expensive one or the one that's slightly less expensive, but also, in my opinion, feels less effective. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm just a lifelong asthmatic. You know, I'm just telling. Maybe it's psychological.
What do you know?
You know, yeah, Billy. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Illegal and unregulated drugs, very, very bad thing. So I've always told my children, don't take drugs, no drinking, no smoking. And just stay away from drugs. I had been, they would look at me and they said, Dad, would you stop saying that? I would say it every time I looked at it practically. Young Americans are especially at risk. So unless a drug is recommended by a doctor for medical reasons, just don't do it. At the same time, the facts compel the
Tylenol
to
part
recognize
2.
that marijuana can be legitimate in terms of medical applications when carefully administered in some cases. This may include the use as a substitute for addictive and potentially lethal opioid painkillers. They cause tremendous problems. This can do it in a much lesser way, can make people feel much better and are living through tremendous pain and problems. 40 states.
He didn't read this before he started talking.
He did not.
Medical marijuana.
He's surprised after every
sentence.
sentence.
It far easier to conduct marijuana-related medical research, allowing us to study benefits, potential dangers, and future treatments. It's going to have a tremendously positive impact, I believe. We're also asking Congress to reconsider its classification of hemp-derived CBD to ensure seniors can access CBD products they have found beneficial for pain and other reasons. Some people are literally dying and they're dying with tremendous pain in this.
Wait, wasn't this organization the one that said that CBD was a problem?
Which one? I can look it up right now.
Yeah, I'm making you big, G-Most. Tell us what you know.
No, I don't know. Don't make me big. I said I could look it up right now.
Yeah, just look it up. I mean, I thought.
What was the question?
I believed. I may be mistaken here. Maybe it's just a state level, but in this administration, in the amount of times since they've taken office, CBD has been included as part of drugs that are being banned from sale.
He just banned all hemp.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah, he just banned hemp and the production of hemp and all that stuff. Like, this is the exact, like, he's very stupid. I mean, we all knew this, but I don't know who's in charge over there, but they got 2 emails that probably they should have talked to each other before they both sent out separate emails. This is contrary to what he said a month ago.
But that's why I'm confused. I'm confused because I was literally sure and you guys just confirmed it, that he banned hemp production.
I think it's on. Is it at the state level as opposed to the federal level? It says that there's still regulation and it's not considered a Schedule I drug, but I'm outside of getting additional research. I'm still kind of in that look.
Even
phase.
in the chat, John Ball says, yes, this administration is the same that said CBD was bad. He's the reason a lot of people can't get what we need to help deal with constant pain.
Got it.
So, I mean,
Thanks,
this wasn't a fabrication inside my mind of minds or alternate world Cortez. No, this is the truth. So what is he talking about when a month ago we got a press conference talking about how bad it is? I'm confused. You know what?
Here,
Let's
this
wrap
is
it
from
up.
this is from ClarkHill.com. As
Okay.
reported in blah 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 blah. President Trump signed legislation on November 12th that effectively bans most consumable hemp-derived THC products nationwide. The provision was included in the spending bill that ended the historic government shutdown and will take effect 1 year from enactment.
There you go.
It was part of the you know their shitty bill.
So let
They
me ask
snuck
you this
that in
question.
there too at the last minute.
We got a couple more seconds of this, but let me ask you this question, and then like I'll take both of your opinions on this. Do either one of you think that he's writing any of these things?
Hell no.
That's what I'm
No.
saying. This is emails that people didn't talk to each other.
Right. I think, I mean, as many executive orders as he signs, how often have we seen clips? I mean, just clips alone. I mean, we can probably expound upon that, but how many clips have we seen of him asking what something is before actually signing it? No, I don't. In any capacity, I don't think he's actually reading, let alone understands what he's signing.
No. I think he straight up has dementia and they just kind of lead him around. And then like I think it was the I've Had It podcast, the blonde ladies, they crack me up, man. They are so funny. And they're like, yeah, Kenkel's McTaco tits. They just lead them around and give them little projects like, yeah, go play in the garden. Yep, go make your ballroom. Here's a gold marker. Go paint everything. You know what I mean? Like they just give him little pet projects and then they make him sign stuff. Like, and they just lead him around as a useful mule to carry their agenda forward. And it checks out from here.
All right.
If I don't see what did you say, Kenkel McTaco tits on a shirt in 2026, I'm gonna feel some type of way.
Kenkel's McTaco tits. I was like, yo, why is she so good at roasting? This blonde 60-year-old white lady can
read.
Hey, I will say something about old ladies in general. They roast better than anyone else.
Yo, she fried his ass every week. She be frying him. I'm like, yo, you got the good insults over here. I'm gonna have to make myself.
Let's see what else we got on this before we move on.
In many cases, literally stop it, and they have their senses about them, as opposed to painkillers, which don't allow that. Don't allow them to die with dignity, frankly. I promise to be the president of common sense.
Dr. Trump.
That's exactly what we're doing. This is really something having to do with common sense.
I'm
And it's
surprised
something
he's
having to
not
do with
wearing
the fact
a
that so many people that I respect ask me to do. People that are having problems, big problems. They're having big problems with illness, with cancer in particular. I now want to ask Dr. Oz to say a few words, followed by Dr. Braun, Dr. Casseret, Dan Wiley, and Dr. Valentine.
Oz?
And
They're having a big problem with illness.
They're complete, and we'll take some questions.
Everybody's sick.
Mr. President, thank you for always bravely pushing for common sense change, as you call it. So President Trump, Secretary Kennedy have been pushing
he got the
for
uniform
change. Their
on.
passion and
Yes,
desire
he
to help
does.
the American people,
Look
and they
at
have
his
relentlessly
tie.
pursued this agenda throughout this administration. This also includes a deep passion for research, gold standard research, as Secretary Kennedy also says. But there's another side to the president that often isn't reflected in media reports, and that's the deep passion he has for the people in his life. And he has called me frequently about the people who are calling him, as he alluded to, who are
If I'm not mistaken, that's a bust of Ronald Reagan.
No, that's
No, that's
Benjamin
Franklin.
Franklin.
Franklin. Okay.
Reagan's in the hallway. That
Okay,
goes
yeah, I was
right
gonna
in front of
say.
the Oval, I think.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I know he put Reagan somewhere around there because he said he was going.
And Lincoln's outside. They took the Lincoln one and they put it outside in the court in that right before that hallway of plaques.
Wait, are you talking about the Lincoln bus that's always
The big
in the
one,
Oval Office?
the big one, yeah, the real
Yeah.
big one.
The one that's always in it, no matter who's
It's
president.
it's out in the elements right now. This dude is a trash bag,
So you're talking about the one that has been in there for
brother.
over
It's
60,
out in the
70
rain right now, sir.
years. But see, every president keeps Lincoln in the Oval Office.
He in the Oval Rose parking lot right now is where
Yeah.
he is at. He's in the rose section of the parking lot that used to be the Rose Garden.
So yeah, the Rose Garden is gone.
Is he concreted it?
Yeah, he concreted the
He
Rose
dug
Garden.
up Jackie O's roses that were still there and put in concrete. They was getting their heels stuck in the grass, Cortez. So tear that shit up and put in some concrete. And put Abraham Lincoln traitor ass out in the rain.
Those were 60-year-old roses.
Yeah.
I can tell you don't know how to process this, Cortez.
You know what?
They-
You know what? We got about a minute and a half left.
They're saying
Wow,
that
we ain't
they've
gonna
got
make it.
problems and they got relief from some of the solutions we're talking about today. Howard Kessler, who's standing behind me here, was a
Not
mutual friend of ours,
Kessler.
was an early caller of the president. Many others have ever reached out as well. And Howard's been a passionate advocate for avoiding
Yeah.
narcotics.
Look
Thank
at this
God,
dude.
because if, he
Look at
would've-
these-
if Kessler would have started talking, I would have turned this whole thing off.
They look like Muppets. They all
Look
it
at
look
them.
like 6
Yeah.
or 7 of that Sam the Eagle Muppet up there in different like clothes.
Me,
Be-
Literally.
Beaker.
hold on, look,
It's Beaker.
look. What is this guy doing?
It's Beaker.
What is he doing? I'm gonna stand here and,
That's Sam Eagle.
and stand.
And there go Gonzo.
They're all there.
Especially in seniors, and particularly
Professor
seniors suffering from
Honeydew?
cancer. And that's a population that is a very important one. And it's a sympathetic population that's desirous of trying new ways besides some of the conventional approaches that have been tested by pharmaceutical companies but have untoward side effects. At the beginning of the year, one of the first things the president told me, he doesn't actually tell you, he demanded from me, that my agency, CMS,
Nobody demands from him. Nobody. You have to know him.
that's right,
Go ahead.
used all tools at his wherewithal to find a better way to help seniors.
Oh,
Don't touch me.
Right.
assault.
Foul.
All right, guys.
Foul. Technical foul. Flagrant 2. Get him out of
So
here.
before we move anywhere further, I have to say, aside from this being a really weird way to get around to having this drug be moved to Schedule 3 instead of Schedule 1, so you're not slapping cuffs on people and throwing them on the ground like they're poisoning the environment for using it. I just got to say, like, okay, I'm glad that happened. But I've come to, when it comes to like anything pharmaceutical or drug wise, this administration doesn't give me a lot of hope when it comes to like what's really behind this. So I think in the next coming days and weeks, we could examine this a little bit further.
You have no faith, Cortez.
Zero. Not in this.
It could only good happen.
My
It
insurance
could only good happen.
means nothing. My insurance means nothing. Well, do you cover this? Nope. Do you cover this? Nope. Why are you charging me $115 a month? It's the law.
No.
And if you don't pay it, you'll pay for it in your tax return. That's ridiculous.
Until you pay what you owe.
You're gonna pay what you owe.
Sincerely, the Santa stalker.
That's what I'm saying. Come
I
on,
heard
man.
the mall had to get extra security.
And then it's worse. It's worse for someone with like a chronic illness
That's a
or something,
bitch
you
move,
know,
Santa.
just the fact that we were born in Smog City, you know, around the time when it was legal. Yeah, let's not blame the industry. But anyway, they're making it impossible for working class people to get anything. And now they're going to touch weed again. They've already touched it once. They're going to touch it again. And I guarantee you that them making it a Schedule 3 is so they can tax it more.
Yeah.
Look at I don't know if you've been to the West Coast, guys, but I'll tell you, if you've been to the West Coast and you want to get some of that good green stuff on the West Coast, it's like $8 for a lot.
Mm-hmm. Same with Michigan.
And then you come to Illinois and it's like $100 for a little bit.
Hey, don't worry. All that money is going right to the schools. If y'all believe that.
No.
Just like the tollways are gonna fix these potholes, and then we're
I
gonna
just
take
drove
them
down
out.
Cicero the other day. Let me tell you, nothing has changed.
Nah, man, they said they're only gonna have the tolls as long as they're. That's why they always got the road under construction.
Our existence in the areas pre
It's wet paint. Why are you digging it up? What you doing?
We predate the tollway that they promised was only going to be around for 8 years.
Yeah.
We predate that.
Just to pick the potholes, man. You know how bad the potholes is. Just sign this paper, man.
It's been 24 years.
Has it been that long? I thought we got the potholes.
4 years.
I ain't gonna hold you. I missed the day where you got to throw your quarters in there. You got to watch it go around and around and around and around.
The cup holder. Everybody had like a red Solo cup full of change because you knew, oh, it's 40 cents coming up here. I need a quarter, a dime, and a nickel. I get to use all three on this when they become.
Passport SCO said Michigan's adding a 24% tax at the beginning of the year on cannabis. Go figure.
Surprise, surprise.
I hate to break it to y'all, but the rest of the world pays taxes too. Most countries pay way more taxes on everything than we do. So
but most countries have universal
and
healthcare.
I was about to say, and those jerks have universal health care. How dare they?
And universal university.
And here's the other thing. If you actually like go to your dispensary and get a medical card, you get a 30% discount, which is the taxes. So go in there and talk to their nurse practitioner, get your goddamn card, and then just don't fucking worry about it. Let them go crazy. Tax that shit. Tax the stupid people who didn't want to read the rest of the website. Let them be taxed.
You could also talk to your local supports community. Talk to your local drug dealer. Just saying.
Local pharmacy from pharmaceutical agent.
Most of us don't go outside. And when we do it alone.
Me sprinting from the gas station into the display.
Hey, I'm not
diving
I'm not
into the building.
So the day that I posted, when's the last time you ran full speed? I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know that was part of a stand-up special because I haven't been watching them. But I will say this. I ran that day as fast as I could from the gas pump to the gas station.
It'd be raining.
Yeah, dude, I did not want to get soaking wet. And I was wearing what is that velvet shoes or felt or whatever that material is? I forgot the name of it. Yeah, I was wearing suede material shoes. And so I'm like, if I run fast, I won't get as wet.
Nah, man, Mythbusters.
For 440, didn't you?
I felt like young me.
He put the thing he put the nozzle back, and then you just saw his one arm go up. A car backfired and Cortez was gone.
I'm talking about everyone looked at me like I was crazy. I was gonna write the rest of that on the post too. But I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go that far. I'm just gonna leave it where it's at. Especially because I started talking about you after Mikey. So I was just like
when the lip is bouncing, when you sprint and your lip is going, that's when you know you ain't catching that mug. That mug is gone.
You ever lost a hat running?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not because I'm fast, just because it fell off.
I like big hats. You know, I be wearing these loose brimmed rice hats.
I almost lost my hat in Mexico. I had a big white cowboy hat on, right? Caballero style. And I was walking and the wind picked up.
G-Moss, look what he doing. He out in Mexico with a big ass white cowboy hat on. Look at what showing out. See, I can't take
like
him
my
nowhere.
best self that day. I felt so this is actually perfect.
You're trying to fit in with the locals.
So today's episode, the title of today's episode, as you guys are well aware, is the cost of going to work. We're about to find out what it is. So you boys ready for some good old?
Oh no, it's Trump again. We got to watch it again.
No, I'm not doing that. No. Stop
like this.
I'm not doing that.
From the top.
Let's picture this scenario because
it's our boy Bob from Bob Invest. And yes, if you're wondering, I like Bob because Bob is black. Okay.
Oh, no.
We can get that out the way early.
Bob looked like Mikey too.
God damn it. I can't escape. Yo, motherfuckers owe me. Where are my royalty checks?
It's the shoes.
All of the archetypes that I have set up by being this weirdo since day uno. Like, I'm gonna need some checks.
It's got to be the shoes.
I guarantee it has happened to you in the last month. It's 5:30 p.m. on a Friday. You have just finished the 45-hour work week. You're physically present in your car or on the train, but your brain is completely fried. You're driving home and the idea of cooking a meal seems about as appealing as climbing Mount Everest. So you pull up the delivery app. You order Thai food or pizza or burgers. That cost you $45 with the tip and fees. Then you get home. You crack open a beer or pour a glass of wine to take the edge off. And you sink into the couch to binge a show you don't even really like, just to turn your brain off. You tell yourself, I earned this. I worked hard all week. But what if I told you that mathematically, you didn't just spend $45? What if I told you that the pizza, the gas you burned driving home, the nice shirt you wore to the office, and the stress that forced you to order that food in the first place are all hidden taxes that are reducing your salary by nearly 70%? You think you were selling your time for $30 an hour.
Okay, chat, we're going to see who's smart. I want you guys, if you have the ability to take notes. And if you don't, we're going to let them do it for us.
After we do the forensic accounting on your life, the math proves you might be working for less than $4 an hour. My name is Bobby, and I spend way too much time obsessing over the invisible equations that govern our lives and keep us running on hamster's wheels that are moving slightly faster than we can run. If you are someone who looks at your paycheck and wonders where it all goes, or if you feel like you are working harder in late 2025 than ever before, but your savings account is basically flat, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Hey, again, I like Bob. Y'all give Bob a follow after the show.
Bob's finna get a copyright strike as soon as this shit over with.
Because today, we aren't talking about investing. We are talking about an accounting fraud. Not one committed by a corporation, but one you are unknowingly committing against yourself every single time you accept a job offer based on the gross salary. We are going to calculate your real hourly wage. And I have to warn you, once you see this number, you will never look at the price tag the same way again.
Yeah, that's you.
Here's the fundamental lie we are all sold from the moment we graduate school. We are told that our value is defined by our annual salary. If you make $65,000 a year, that is roughly $31 an hour. That sounds decent. It's respectable. It's enough to live, theoretically. But in the business,
we have all of these high earning people in the world, right? That talk about their benchmark of making it to $100,000, right? That's what we always hear. You know, make it to $100,000 and you'll be fine making it to $100,000. Well, you have to make $31 an hour to even make it to 65. So you can't tell me that everybody's making $60 an hour, bro.
Wait, what? You got to make 31. Hold on, the math wouldn't matter. Let me say that one more time for the slow people in the back with the class like me.
Here's the math equation on the board. Bob says to make $65,000 a year, you need to work 2,080 hours at 30 equals 31.25, roughly $31 an hour.
There we go. Okay.
There's no way that people are making $60 an hour everywhere for everyone to be making six figures like they say they are. That couldn't be possible.
I'm not gonna do this the whole time, I promise. I love how this always turns into a conversation of how much we earn. Why don't they rank companies by who compensates their employees the best? Why are they not competing for that? Where's that competition? Who pays the best? Who's trying to pay the best out here? There's no competition for that.
Yeah. Isn't that like, that's the question, right?
While we over here like, oh, I think I can get this. It's like, why are we competing when they should be competing?
Well, I mean,
they're the ones that need employees.
Once again, we've done this math probably 50 times in the last couple of months between me and you alone, Mikey. The CEOs got raises, big ones.
And the people on the board.
They got raises too. Okay. Well, we're not going there today. Let's just try to figure out what we're doing.
it's enough to live, theoretically. But in the business world, looking at revenue without looking at expenses is how companies go bankrupt. If a bakery sells $1 million worth of bread, but spends $1,001 on flour and rent, that bakery is worth zero. Yet when it comes to our own labor.
So before we continue, do you guys have any idea of where this whole conversation started at?
No.
If not, I'll tell you.
No.
So around the podcast spaces right now, especially the financial ones, a question was posed. The question was, would you go to the office that was approximately 35 minutes to an hour away to make $240,000 a year, or would you rather make $120,000 a year from the comfort of your own home? So work from home, work from office. And multiple panels have done this discussion. You know, I've always been someone that said, if you pay me $120 to stay at home, I'm staying at home. obviously nothing is going to add up to another $120,000 from you staying at home. But I think this video does a pretty good job of explaining exactly why staying at home would probably be a better option. What do you think about it, Mikey? I mean, you used to go in every day.
Yes, I survived COVID in the retail space. It sucks. I hate working for other people, but working for yourself also sucks. It just sucks differently.
Yeah.
It's an entirely new bag of suck. They're both pretty bad. I wouldn't say which one is worse. Which one I would least like to do. Hello.
Yeah, they're both pretty bad. But let's say you worked for a company, but you worked from home. You're not working for yourself. You're working for a company, or you're going into the building.
I'd much rather work at home.
Same.
I have a 2-year-old, so
during COVID, we didn't go into the office at all, and it was $200 a week that I was paying for gas, for travel and things of that nature. With that eliminated, and just having to work from home or only going to customer sites every once in a blue moon, because the customers in the manufacturing space weren't allowing you to go in either. It turned out to be a decent amount that was saved. So I prefer to work at home and go in the office when I have to, personally. But
so you saved $10,000 in gas. 10.4 is what you saved. $10,400 in 1 year by not driving to work. Okay, that's just one metric so far. We got to keep it moving.
We only look at the revenue, the salary. We completely ignore the cost of goods sold. And the good being sold is you, your life, your energy. And the cost of selling yourself to an employer is astronomical. Let's perform a brutal audit of a hypothetical average worker in this economy. Let's call him James.
What's up, James?
James makes that respectable $31 an hour. But before that money even hits his account, the government takes its cut. Between federal tax, state tax, and FICA, that $31 is instantly shaved down to about $24. That is easy math. We all know that. But now we have to subtract the work-related costs. These are the expenses James pays solely for the privilege of having his job. First, the commute. The average American spends thousands of dollars a year on gas, car maintenance, and insurance just to get to the building where they make the money. If he drives 30 minutes each way, that is wear and tear on a vehicle that he basically only owns to get to work. If he takes the train, it's the monthly pass. Let's conservatively say this costs him $4,000 a year. Then there is the cost of a
So James must works like 15 minutes away. How far was your commute, G-Moss?
at the time, 35, 40 miles.
Okay,
One way.
so that's 35, 40 minutes, maybe 50 or an hour if traffic is bad.
Traffic was always bad.
Hour. So an hour there, an hour back, obviously, because business hours are going to keep you consistent in that, an hour there, an hour back, unless you leave super early and lose out on sleep. I'm getting
Objection, Your Honor. I would like to Exhibit A here. I hacked the system several times where I moved directly next to my job twice.
But what did they do? What did they do after you did
that? They fucking transferred me back to a different location. I was like, no, bro, I had a 0.2 mile commute to work.
Yes, you did.
I had a point, and then they transferred me, and I had a 45-minute drive again. I was like, this is not right. This is not right.
Labor competition is a myth and a scam. Individual workers do not function as firms with agency within this system, but as a resource to be cultivated and extracted from, unless we move in mass in unison. That would be called unionizing, right? Labor is a buyer's market.
That's what I'm saying. They should be competing to see if they can actually get anybody into their company into the door in the first place.
That would be too much like right, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Bob here,
people take less,
has probably a 15-minute commute, and it still costs him $4,000 a year on maintenance and gas. Maybe less than 15 minutes, only $4,000. That's a pretty low margin. You said G-Moss's hour drive cost him $10,000. I also was driving an hour plus to work, and the math of it came out to about $11,000. I was driving from the burbs to the city for over 3 years, driving from the burbs to the city, and it cost me that much. Tim, thanks for the super chat. He says, I pay over 1,200 pounds a year for parking, and I cycle when I can. I understand that completely. I understand that completely. Thanks, Tim. We appreciate you.
Love you, Tim.
Chris says, and that is why employers are frightened of unions and do everything possible to discourage union membership. I must agree. I must agree.
Huge. Yeah.
One last objection, Your Honor. I don't care about what this fake Mikey Famine on the screen is pretending like he was. First of all, he has a right-hand drive car. Okay, he's doing just fine. If he can import cars from Japan, you know what I'm saying? He got all this money to import in his Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? And now he want to talk about his finances. Driving a
Q
right-hand
says
drive.
also why you can't trust HR. And trust me, I don't.
No.
Yeah.
Never trust HR.
HR works for the company.
Yeah.
So
The boss says, bro, it cost me roughly $8,000 a year to make vape juice, and that's not leaving the house. So let me tell you, this
I got questions
$4,000
about the
is
vape juice.
extremely conservative. Go for it, G-Moss.
Well, we'll come back to that, but I'm gonna
Okay.
ask him offline what kind of vape juice he. Anyway,
Yeah,
please
what you
proceed.
Okay, me and you can have that conversation.
You want to strike a deal?
Yes, we can talk. We can have that conversation because we are vape professionals as well.
have you met my friend the Barter system?
You know
Let
what?
me
We're gonna do
introduce
this today. Since Mikey wanted to do it, we're gonna do it today. You know what's funny about HR? HR is commonly a person's relative who's in a high position in the company.
Yep.
Very
Yeah.
commonly. Some people end up losing their jobs that they make. So let me tell you guys a short story about how much they value us, right? So before I was removed from my position at the company, because I was a let's just say that I was a mid-level, had a mid-level position at a major vapor company across the United States. I created a system that allowed them to increase their revenue by over 100 times what they were making before I got there.
100 times, you say?
I made them before I got there. They were capping out at a couple $100s a day. By the time I left, we were in the multiple thousands per day, and over the year, we were in the millions. Okay, about how much we were making and how many stores we were able to open, and how much we were able to push out across the market to other locations, other people's stores, as well as across the United States of people wanting it. It became a famous vape brand. I'm not going to trash them on here because I'm not that messy, but it became a famous vape brand that people are still vaping today. And let me tell you, when I came in and I said, hey, I think it's time for a raise, they said, okay, well, we're going to give you your raise and we're going to give you another position, and we're going to have you're going to spend more time at home since you're more based marketing on online. You can run that from home. We'll pay you for that. And I'm like, okay, cool. Mikey remembers the conversation because I called him to tell him about it. Man, they're going to do me right this time. Mikey said, I hope so. Well, I wrote out all this stuff, and I would never do this again, guys. And this is a key for you guys to remember in the future. I wrote out a manuscript we're talking about color illustrations. I wrote out an entire manuscript on how to replicate the job that I would be leaving in order to move into a higher position.
Ooh.
I turned it in, and I was fired that afternoon.
Yeah, that's bad.
I mean,
It's not.
it's past the statute of limitations. I didn't name any names. I ended up winning a lawsuit and getting to sit on my butt with a whole bunch of money in my pocket for it, going to concerts and stuff with my homie, who just happens to be in the bottom right corner. But I was able to do a lot of stuff. Do a lot of work on my cars. Became a race car driver officially for the first time ever, and not doing it illegally. I was able to spend money and buy my daughter things, and they messed up. I didn't get as much money as I wanted, but I got enough because they erroneously fired me. But
I got a question real quick. Yeah. You win all that money, and the first thing you say is, "I want to be a race car driver." Help me understand.
Anyway,
and we listen and we don't judge. I was just curious.
Yeah, I was doing it anyway, but like I was doing it very brokily, and very brokily. And looking back on it, I don't know how I survived. So looking back on what I endured, I don't know how I survived. And it probably wasn't very
G-Moss,
great value breaks. Is that what you were saying?
G-Moss, it's the fumes, G-Moss. They get addicted, but the fumes from all the drifting and the sliding, it just ruins their brain, and they just get addicted to just being car fools.
I went out there on $8 Chinese tires, guys. $8 Chinese tires. I don't know how
the Cletus McFarland duct tape tires out in that joint.
Yeah, like we're talking about a knockoff steering wheel at one point with one of my vehicles. Like,
they love it. They can't.
This thing could have broke off mid-turn. You know, like
They can't get enough. They love sliding around.
it was so like the passion was there. The brains were just like I don't know what it was about going so fast, but like the intelligence turned off.
They'll put a V8 on a skateboard and have the nerve to put on gloves when they're driving it. I'm like, I can't stand these people.
So I'll say this, guys: don't trust HR because HR will screw you, and then they'll act like you did something to them. So yeah,
And there's levels to that too, because to even go a step further, you gave a really big example, a really large example, but the subtleties that they operate in too, whether that's taking notice if you aren't, for example, we have a 3-day work policy. They'll walk around and make sure that you're actually abiding by that, especially if it's a down year, because they're creating a profile or a case. At the end of the day, you're just a number. And it's replaceable. So you have to look for even the small subtle actions that they do and how they move to really see if they always have bad intentions most of the time, but just how they move in general. You just have to pay attention to kind of the subtlety in which they move,
So have you guys ever had to speak to HR?
Yes.
Did you feel
I'm
like you were on
black.
trial?
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm like, all right. Like
I stayed in the HR office. Like, what did I do now?
you increased our profits too much. We're the best store in the state.
The brand.
The brand.
Which is
the
all
nation.
which is the largest chain in the country. Anyway, it's but people, HR is also a great way to not only steal intellectual property, but a great way to punish people who are threatening in the workplace. Not threatening in a violent sort of way, but threatening in a performance sort of way. If this person keeps it up, I might have to start working harder. Well, I can't have that.
You would think.
I always had a problem with old Cortez. Yep.
you would his insubordination. He thinks he knows what he's talking about.
Wow, he is always thinking he's number one when he is.
well, you only had the most sales and the most product generation for the last 9 months. If it would have been 10 months, we'd have a conversation.
He's getting a bit uppity, if you catch my drift.
That was my experience.
And he's got that daughter.
First it's kids, then it'll be pets next.
What do you mean you got 6 puppies?
We got to knock him down a peg.
But this is but this is the same route for all this weird bigotry that's popular again. All of the racism, all these people worshiping billionaires. This is insecurity, guys. If you need a day to be out in the woods and scream, or you need to go to a concert, or just go have lunch with your friend, whatever y'all need to do to get yourself back after COVID, you need to do it. Take the week off of work, whatever you need to do to recenter yourself, because y'all are acting like a bunch of fucking weirdos, man.
I'm gonna say this as big person. If you guys need to take a day off from work, don't give them a reason. You don't have to. You're an adult.
Don't say nothing. Just don't come to work.
You don't have to give them a reason.
Just don't be in that moment.
The video that I shared the other day with a couple of friends, it was a chick on a date, right? And the HR lady called her. She's like, "Hey, Karen, you're not here today." And Karen was like, "No, I told you 2 weeks ago that I wasn't going to be in." She goes, "Well, yeah, I denied that." And she was like, "Oh, well, I mean, it's 1 p.m. and I'm not at work." And she goes, "Well, what are you going to do about that?" She goes, "Well, what's going to happen if I come to work?" "Well, since you're 6 hours late, we're going to have to give you a write-up, and that's going to cost you 1 point." She goes, "How many points do I have?" She goes, "Well, currently you have 0 points." She goes, "Well, what happens if I don't come to work?" "Well, you're going to get a point." She goes, "So you're going to give me a point for coming to work, and you're going to give me a point for not coming to work. I have 0 points. I have a question. You're HR, right?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, how many points do I need before I'm terminated?" And she said, "Typically 6. She goes, "Well, I have no points, right?" She goes, yeah, I'm not coming in today." She goes, "Well, why not?" She goes, "I told you I wasn't coming in." Actually, now that you think about it, I'm not coming in tomorrow either. I'll see you on Thursday. No, please
Like-
don't do that. We need you in the office.
That's a
Well, you
bold
just told
strategy,
me-
Cotton.
See if it works out for her.
Yeah.
Yo, for the no call, no show to be like, and also I won't be there tomorrow is crazy work.
It's yeah, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So I told you
Also,
2
fuck
weeks ago that I
tomorrow,
wasn't
too.
coming in.
Right.
Oh, I
Right.
didn't approve that. I mean, I told you I wasn't coming. It wasn't a question.
Most of my time at retail, I was like a department manager or assistant manager. You learn very fast when people request off work. You should give them the day off because they're
It's
not
not a request.
they're not coming that day. They were just letting me know.
Yeah,
So
like,
we
it's
should,
not a request.
plan on someone else coming into this motherfucker because Jeremy won't be here. Like,
Yeah,
don't look for Jeremy to come through that door. He's not coming. He's right up whatever you want. We still need somebody on register 5. So while y'all mad at Jeremy,
It's not a request.
they're just letting us know it's a notice.
Yeah.
Right.
Parents. James can't roll out of bed and go to the office in his pajamas. He needs business casual clothes. He needs dry cleaning. He needs to look professional. That is an expense. Then there is the convenience tax. This is the big one. Because James is at the office from 9 to 5, he buys lunch twice a week because he didn't have time to meal prep. He buys the $5 coffee because he needs the caffeine to survive the 2 p.m. meeting. He pays for the dog walker because he isn't home to let the dog out. These are costs that would not exist if he didn't have the job.
Eat
He
the
is
dog.
spending money to work.
Yeah, I was gonna say
And then
the
there
money.
is the darkest category of all, decompression spending. This is the money James spends to numb the pain of the job. It's the Friday night bar tab. It's the impulsive vacation he books because he needs to get away. It's the therapy bills. It's the retail therapy. It is the money we spend to heal the damage the job inflicts on our psyche. When you add all these monetary costs up, the taxes, the car, the clothes, the lunches, the numbness, James isn't taking home $65,000. His net real income might be closer to $35,000. But we're only halfway through the equation because wage is a function of money divided by time. And just like we overestimate the money, we drastically underestimate the time. HR says James works 40 hours a week, but that is a lie. James wakes up at 6:30 a.m. to shower, shave, and iron his shirt. That is 30 minutes of labor for the employer. He drives 30 minutes to work. That is unpaid labor. He takes an hour for lunch, which is technically off the clock, but he can't go home. He can't nap. He can't play with his kids. He is held captive by the office. Then he drives 30 minutes home. Then when he gets home, he spends 30 minutes decompressing, staring at the wall, venting to his partner about his boss, checking emails on his phone. All of this is shadow work. It is time that belongs to the job, but the job doesn't pay for it. If you add up the grooming, the commuting, the decompressing, and the worrying, James isn't working 40 hours a week. He's
15
dedicating
minutes
55 or
wall
60 hours a week
staring.
to his employment.
Yep.
So now let's do the real math, the real hourly wage calculation. We take that whittled down net income of $35,000 and we divide it by the inflated true hours of nearly 3,000 hours a year. When you punch that into a calculator, that $31 an hour evaporates. Suddenly, James is making $11 an hour or $8, or in some high-stress, high-cost of living scenarios, he is mathematically making less than the teenager flipping burgers down the street because the teenager walks to work, wears a uniform, and leaves his stress at the fry station. This is the work scam. You have been tricked into a high-churn, low-margin business model where you are the product and you are selling yourself at a
so
loss.
many Mikeys. Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then 15.
Hey, we got a Mikey assembly line.
Yeah, they're just building Mikeys.
And look, I know this sounds depressing. You might be thinking, great, Bobby, I'm broke and my job sucks. Thanks for the update. But the reason we do this math isn't to make you depressed. It is to make you angry. And more importantly, to make you efficient. Once you know your real hourly wage, your entire view of consumerism changes. This is a concept popularized by the book, Your Money or Your Life. And it is the antidote to being broke. Let's say you calculate your real hourly wage and it turns out to be $10 an hour. Now you walk into a store and see a new pair of shoes for $100. The price tag says $100. But your brain needs to translate that. That isn't $100. That is 10 hours of your life. That is 10 hours of sitting in traffic, dealing with passive-aggressive emails and missing your family. Is that pair of shoes worth 10 hours of suffering? Suddenly, the answer is almost always no. This math exposes the trap of the golden handcuffs. We often take promotions that offer more money, but come with exponentially higher costs. Let's say you get promoted to manager. They offer you $10,000 a raise. Awesome, right? But now you have to work late every night, so you order takeout every night. You have to buy.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, mid-level management is the worst job you can have in business.
Yeah.
Mid-level management is horrible. Being a supervisor is the worst position in any company. I don't care what people think. It's not a good position. You got to think about this when you're a supervisor. So all the people that you were just with for the last, I don't know, couple weeks, couple months, couple years, depending on when you got hired, now look at you as the snitch. And let's face it, at every company, at every business, there's people. And no, there's no way that 100% of people follow the rules 100% of the time. That's just a error in thinking. 100% of the people do not follow the rules 100% of the time. Supervisors are the worst because not only are you the office snitch, but to the higher ups, you're the office bitch.
Yep. You're getting it from both. You have subordinates that you have to deal with.
Hey,
Report to
G-Moss,
HR.
I need you to this is Ken. This is Ken from the GM. This is Ken calling. G-Moss, you got Sally down there in holding. Can you go down to Sally in holding and tell her that she's fired? Yeah, Sally sucks and we don't like her very much. Her numbers are bad, but just tell her that she clocked in 5 minutes late every day for the last 3 weeks. Okay, you got this? All right, G-Moss, thank you. And you're probably thinking, well, thanks. I like Sally.
Hey, but Sally ain't get put on that PIP yet, though. So she has that's a lawsuit.
Like, you're gonna fire Sally? They could be living in one of the states where like you could fire at will, no fault termination.
There's something about that though, and I can't remember how it says that it's at will, but it has to be a justifiable reason. And if it's not, then there is a grounds for potential suit. But most people aren't aware that they can hire an attorney to fight that battle for them.
That's what I did. I got my money.
Because at will doesn't mean that they can just fire you without an actual reason. That's why now a lot of companies will actually put you on some type of performance review, so it's logged. And then after they put you on that, and your performance doesn't improve for the allotted amount of time, then that's grounds to fire you and not get sued.
Yeah. Also, if they call you into the office to sign some paperwork, please don't sign that paperwork, guys. Because they know that you don't have enough time to read all of this. Because what they'll do is they'll have you work your entire shift. This didn't happen to me at this job, but they'll have you work your entire shift, do everything that you have to do, get it all done, give the whole hurrah speech that we got the day over with. It's Friday. See you guys on Monday. And then, hey, hey, Moss, can I see you for a second? And then it's the big manager in there. You're like, whoa, what are you doing here? It's 7 p.m. Well, we need to talk. And they hand you this packet of papers and tell you to start signing. Don't sign any of it, especially when they tell you that you're being terminated. I need you to sign this exit paperwork. I'm not signing nothing. I'm not signing no NDAs. I'm not signing no NCAs or no NCCs. I'm not signing any of those. Matter of fact, the thing I'm going to sign is a check to this lawyer. But 9 times out of 10, they're going to take it for free because you guys are going to be out of a lot of money.
Yep.
And don't try to keep your job either. If you have to sit there and they try to backtrack and say, "Oh, well, never mind." No. This is logged. This happened. I would never work here without prejudice ever again. You just tried to fire me and then backtrack. It's time to get my money.
Nice.
Welcome back.
You need a second
back, Mike. You missed your assembly. You missed the assembly line of mics.
Yo, I'm knocking him every time. Oh yes,
All the
yes.
All the mics.
Look at the one on the right. That's me right now.
That's all the mics.
I'm finna put that suit on and then take a picture of it, and I'm suing the shit out of this man.
with passive aggressive emails and missing your family. Is that pair of shoes worth 10 hours of suffering? Suddenly, the answer is almost always no. This math exposes the trap of the golden handcuffs. We often take promotions that offer more money, but come with exponentially higher costs. Let's say you get promoted to manager. They offer you $10,000 a raise. Awesome, right? But now you have to work late every night, so you order takeout every night. You have to buy nicer suits. You need a second car because you can't carpool anymore. And your stress levels skyrocket, so you book a more expensive vacation. You might actually find that your real hourly wage actually goes down after a promotion. You are processing more money through your bank account, but you are keeping less of it, and you are giving up more of your life to get it. There is also a hidden opportunity cost here that is terrifying. When you spend your money on the costs of working, the commute, the convenience food, you are robbing your future self of compound interest. That $5 a day on coffee because you're too tired to brew it at home? Over 30 years, invested at 7%. That is nearly $200,000.
7%?
You are just drinking coffee. You are drinking your retirement. You are drinking your freedom. The system relies on you being too exhausted to do this math. They rely on you being a passive consumer of your own life. They want you to think, I make good money, so you keep signing the lease.
Why does that look like my car? This is starting to get to be really ominous.
See, I told y'all about AI just sitting there downloading y'all whole consciousness and just feeding it back to y'all for profit.
Why you got my car, Mikey?
This ain't me, man. That's the fake me, man. It's all on this paper behind me, man.
Why you got my car, Mikey?
Look, I probably have a good reason written on that luxury apartment lease.
Maybe you
Again,
do.
stealing from my fucking life. Like,
Maybe you
oh, man.
do. So he's like,
Literally.
I'm just borrowing Tez's car because apparently I can't afford anything.
I had to get this nice place, so I had to steal Cortez's car.
Right.
on the luxury apartment
Obviously.
and financing the luxury car, keeping you trapped in the cycle of needing the job to pay for the things you bought to tolerate the job. So what is the solution? How do we break this equation? The answer is not necessarily quit your job tomorrow and live in the woods. We have to be realistic. We have bills. The solution is to ruthlessly optimize your real hourly wage. This becomes the new metric for your success, not income, but efficiency. Can you negotiate working from home 2 days a week? If you save 2 hours of commuting and $10 of gas, you just gave yourself a massive raise without the company paying you a dime more. Can you start meal prepping on Sunday? That lowers your cost of goods sold. Can you move closer to work? Can you stop caring about what your coworkers think of your clothes? Every dollar of work expense you cut is a dollar of pure freedom. But the biggest shift is psychological. You have to start treating your labor like a business. A smart business owner doesn't just try to increase revenue. They try to increase margin. Your life is the business. Your margin is the time and money you have left over to actually be a human being. If you're making $100,000 a year, but you're spending $95,000 and 80 hours a week to generate it, you are a failing business. You are Enron. You are waiting to collapse. But if you make $50,000 a year, spend $20,000 and work 30 hours a week, you are a highly profitable, robust enterprise. You're winning. This is where the negative epiphany turns into positive action. I want you to sit down this weekend, not when you were tired on Friday, but when you're fresh on Sunday, and run the numbers. Calculate your commute cost. Estimate your taxes. Be honest about your decompression spending.
Decormation. What's decormation?
Decormation.
That's
a word I've never heard before.
Oh, I know what that is. That's that's German. That's it's a pie from
We
Germany.
got some German people in here right now.
It's
The Germanites.
It's
What
a
is
German. It's a
Germanite?
German apple pie.
Decormation.
Yeah, it's got meat in it.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I think they had some of that on Coruscant when we visited.
Yeah, you know, Jar Jar and them used to eat that.
Yeah, the decormation.
Yeah, the decormation. No, that's them people from Jar Jar was friends with them, the decormation.
Oh yeah. It had to be.
Divide your net pay by your total hours committed to the job. Write that number on a sticky note and put it on your credit card. My real wage is $8.50. The next time you go to buy something stupid, look at that number.
Yo,
Hey, Mike, you got that Post-it note on your credit card right now?
bro, you think I can afford Post-it notes? Like, well, hold on, this dude, you better put where the chart in the graph in the bar for the motherfucking office supplies that you suddenly have.
Everybody right now, put a Post-it note on your credit card that says, "I only make $8 an hour. Don't buy anything."
No,
I'm gonna do better. You know how Notre Dame has that sign that they hit every time they go out the door?
just put your
You
tape
worth
your
$850. That's what you worth right now. Your net worth.
Got the Homer sign behind you. Do it for her.
I mean,
Don't forget, you're here forever. Do it for
Yeah.
her.
it's like the stump at the Apollo. You just rub your car before you go to work every day.
Ask yourself, am I willing to trade 4 hours of my life for this plastic junk? That friction will save you more money than any budget app ever
But
could.
that's a phone case.
We're living in an era where
I need
time is
that.
becoming the
It
ultimate
affects my
currency. The
investment.
rich are buying time. The poor are selling it at a discount. Don't sell your time at a discount.
Hey, that's a quote right there. The rich are buying time and the poor are selling it at a discount.
That's a bar.
What's up? Thanks for popping in, D.
Hi, Diz.
So John Ball says, so why does it seem like Bob here is taking into account the ever-rising living costs every year? Like my rent since I moved into my place has jumped 80% in 3 years.
Yeah, that I wasn't gonna nitpick it, but he's leaving out so many things that are completely out of your control.
Right.
And the being flexible, especially in this political and economic climate, is the greatest ability that you can have. If you only have one skill, all of the shit he's saying doesn't mean nothing, because your entire industry could just be gone. And then what are you supposed to do?
There's nothing you can do. I mean, okay, for just really quick before we go to Q.
K.
Okay, but there you go.
Yeah.
the vaping industry that I was in for so many years is dwindled down to basically like gas station stuff. And it's not because the companies didn't want to produce any more vape stuff. It's because the government has been overtaxing them at the bequest of big tobacco. For example, this year alone, vaping got hit in this state with a 40% vapor tax, no, 45% vapor tax, and the city of Chicago banned flavors and nicotine. So you can buy some vape juice, you can buy a product, but it has to be zero. And you can only buy it in mint flavor, not menthol, in mint flavor or tobacco flavor. But there's no nicotine in the city of Chicago, within the city limits. You cannot buy vape in the city of Chicago that has nicotine in it or a flavor. So that bubble gum that you liked, that cherry flavor that you liked, you got to go out to the burbs to go and get it. And then you're going to pay 45% more than you paid last year. But what does that do to, and almost all of these shops are small businesses with a couple of stores or one store. What happens to the company that just has to pay 45% of their profits back? Oh, don't forget about commercial real estate. The commercial real estate's gone up just like, private has.
Mm-hmm.
Your shop closes. Let's just keep it real. Your shop closes. It's no longer a equitable thing for you to be having, and that's why we've lost so many shops in the industry. But I will continue with Kay's. Kay says the team lead scam, take on 10 times more work and responsibility for slightly more money, and the hint of a promise of maybe a future promotion.
Yeah.
And the shame is every team lead I've ever had has been awesome, despite knowing full well that their position was BS and that they were being exploited. But they step up and handle it anyways. I can concur.
Having been that person way too many times, at that point, it's easier for me to just go ahead and make sure this place fucking runs properly for my own sanity.
Yep, I will say the same.
Because I don't want to work in a fucking dumpster fire anyway, so I might as well just control the blaze myself.
Well, here's the thing. The minute that you make things work is when they want to fire you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll tell you that from my experience after I read this. Chris says, my God, Americans have very little employment protections when compared to the UK and Europe. And that's the truth.
Just wait till you hear about healthcare, buddy.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Chris has been watching my show for a year or almost a year now. Oh, he knows now. He knows now. They're from the UK.
This says big tobacco is squeezing the vape industries here in the UK as well. Yeah, we know.
Because that's how all that works, man. Like whenever they want to like clamp down on things and protect kids and all that stuff, it's the same thing as Venezuela is giving us fentanyl. No, this is regime change. That's what they're doing with these tobacco. Like Philip Morris owns the Juul, like the little disposable vape. Like they own that. Like they made it. And they sell cigarettes. So they sell the nicotine packets. Yeah, they do. Whatever. Patches. That's the word I'm looking for. But so you know what I mean? So they're coming and going. They're getting people either way. And now they're like, oh, people are having an alternative to us. Well, we want to get into that industry too. Oh, nobody likes our thing. They're still going for the alternative. Well, then I'll just legislate this shit up out of here. And then people will come back to me.
That's what it sounds like, right?
Yep.
Hey, Elle. Hey, Allie. Person. Everybody's here. Hey, y'all.
So we're
this end from Shakespearean Mikey. Packers is a word.
Fuck you. I hate this place.
You knew somebody had to get you. Hey, at least nobody mentioned onions today. I haven't seen Bella Coffee and Billy's gone. So there hasn't been a single onion in the entire chat.
Here comes the avalanche of onions. Now that you peel the first layer back, here come all the rest.
Here he comes. What's up, Scott? Oh man, I'm seeing the peeps in here right now. Oh no.
There it goes.
I'm a super taster. Those things are flashbang grenades to me.
Like he can't smell it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
hate
Like,
it. I hate it so much. And everyone ruins their food. They'll have a perfectly good food, and then they just put onions in it. I'm just like, all right. Or when they put cilantro on tacos, I'm like, oh, great. You just poured Blue Dawn soap right on top of that meal.
I was like, Mikey, what you got going on? We having tacos. And he was like, Mexican tacos? I was like, yeah, of course. Cooked by Mexicans. He's like, I'll see you after.
Yeah. No, you can't be putting cilantro on everything. It tastes like Blue Dawn soap. It's like you just take a little drizzle of blue soap and put it over your burrito. That's what that shit tastes like to me.
Alistair's in here too. What's up, Alistair?
Ellie.
Yeah, so we're back here again, and I gotta say it, like, yes, that position sucks, but we'll keep going with Bob's, aka Mikey Jr.'s oversimplified explanation. We'll go to another video after this, and then we'll be done.
Audit your life,
Mikey
cut the
Bot.
vampire costs associated with your job, and start building a gap between your income and your expenses, because that gap is where your freedom lives. If this video made you rethink
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of things we can take from it. You know, a lot of things are missing, but we're gonna see what the cost of working from home.
You're
is.
at home,
Short
delivering
video.
results, saving commute time. You know you're the best. But that colleague who barely shows up, they just got promoted. The pain is real. The promised meritocracy remote work is a lie. There's an invisible cost of the home office, and that cost is your career. The truth is, your boss is suffering from proximity bias. And if you don't know how to fight it, people worse than you will always jump ahead. Over the next 8 minutes, I'll reveal the science behind this bias and the 3 visibility strategies that will get you promoted even if you work in your pajamas. The problem isn't your performance, it's your boss's brain. Proximity bias is a simple cognitive error. 1. Trust by frequency. Your brain trusts what it sees frequently. The colleague who drinks coffee with the boss is perceived as more reliable and engaged. 2.
So isn't that the same as like brown nosing?
No.
No. I wouldn't classify that as brown nosing.
If you're buying your boss coffee, like, here, I got your here you go, boss. I got your
That's what I
double mocha
imagined when I heard
chocolate.
that.
No, but if they like
I mean, they're sitting there, they're eating, they're drinking coffee.
I mean, they're also like, that dude doesn't have a neck. You know what I'm saying?
It goes straight from
It
his
looks like they're sharing
mouth.
coffee.
Motherfucker
Hey.
manager is Rayman. You know what I'm saying? Got Vector Man is in HR.
This is how people get photos of them at concerts, though. This is the start of it right here.
Yeah. So this is I mean, this is how you get that Michigan coaches.
Oh,
Never mind. Never mind. We'll continue with our video.
More reliable and engaged. 2. The effort effect. In the office, the boss sees the effort, the light on, the look of fatigue. Remotely, they only see the delivered email. Invisible
The
effort doesn't
light
count.
on and the look of fatigue. Let's make that tired person more important here.
What is he doing right now?
It looks like he is shoveling at his desk, which is on a chair
Which is
connected to cord.
what is happening? Where is his arm coming from?
Who drew? Why does he have 3 arms?
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying, man. This
yeah,
brain
that
rot.
visual effect is real.
We have to move on. From
Your
that.
worst colleague is
I
being
have-
promoted not for
I'm a
competence,
little on the
but for
on the
passive visibility.
spectrum for this, and I take everything literally, and I'm just like,
Yeah, he has
this does not compute.
he sees himself in the mirror as so the guy in the mirror is much better drawn than
My homie is hallucinating.
yeah, he's got to be on acid.
This is Tyler
They're in the
Durden.
right place at the right time
Yep.
every day. But you don't have to go to the office to turn on your visibility mode. The first strategy is to turn your invisible effort into quantifiable value. Call it the weekly value report. Don't send a what I did email. Send a what I saved/gained email. Example, I saved the team 5 hours by automating process X. The boss is busy. Your results must be so obvious that they don't have to look for them. They need evidence to defend your promotion, and you are handing over the dossier. Rule, your report should take less than 60 seconds to read and should use only numbers and
Can you
impact
pause 1
words.
second, Cortez?
That's your foundation.
Sure.
Now,
Thank you so much. Allie, thank you so much. And congratulations to Miss LBK,
Yeah, there we
Tez
go.
Down, Muttley Von Ehrenreich, and the Cheese Factory for your gifted membership. Thank you, Allie, so much. You're awesome. I love you so much. You're the best. I love you. I love you so much.
Allie is always awesome, man. I appreciate Allie a lot. Person impersonator is in here. What's up, man?
One of the best names.
Person impersonator. Daily Blase is in here. Everybody's in here.
Blase. Oh,
Hey guys, if we didn't
Hey,
shout you
hey,
out,
Tez.
it's because there's a lot of y'all, and you know how that goes. You guys
You know what
watch
it feels like, Tez? You got us watching a poor
I'm
training
just trying
video.
to like glean from it.
That's
Like,
what
I
you
have
guys
half
watch.
a mind to
It
like
feels
take
like something that HR would make us watch.
Hey, I'm about to say G-Moss Cortez was HR the whole
Right.
time, bro.
Now, how do you show up without being there?
He tricked
Strategy
us into
two,
watching the
a non-essential
videos,
first
bro.
contact rule.
Actually, this video is so misleading. I'm gonna stop sharing it.
He said, I'm here to talk to you about your extended car. Oh, he
So,
got
so a lot of
me.
what we do is we react to videos that we didn't watch, and so that's what we were trying to do there. It had a good title. Got me with the clickbait. Got me with the clickbait.
It's okay.
So I'm gonna ask you guys. After everything that we've seen and heard, do you guys think that it is still more profitable to go in than it would be to work from home?
I think it's multifaceted.
Yeah.
And have you ever heard of Aikido's purpose model?
No.
Okay. So it's a Japanese principle basically that centers around value creating and the things that are most important to you for a well-balanced life ultimately. And I think when we talk about what you have to do to have fulfillment, it's not just about monetary gains in the job that you have. It's how to ultimately, and this kind of ties in, get to that point where you do have some level of freedom. You're going to be in the hamster wheel until you get out of it, right? So if you're going to do it, you might as well figure out some of the things you enjoy along the way and have that discipline. Like, instead of buying coffee out, buy a big ass bag of Folgers and just make your coffee at home. So ultimately it's multifaceted in the way where, you have to have a job, but if you're only solely doing it for the purpose of that job, then are you really having fulfillment elsewhere? Is that me, by the way, in feedback?
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is you.
Let me mute.
Unplug and replug. I don't think it's me. I think it's you, Cortez.
It might be. Let
Maybe
me
unplug and replug.
Yeah, let me just try this for now. Let you guys talk about this.
I unplugged it. So
It might have been Cortez. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, you okay. So my key takeaway from the first video, and I'm going to kind of jump and pivot one more time.
Yeah.
All it comes down to really is having discipline along the way, right? Making the necessary choices to really get to that point of financial freedom. And then once you're able to do that, then you can start enjoying more and be less reliant on that 9 to 5. Where we struggle is being in the system where your sole income is a 9 to 5 and you're really not building or growing anything else outside of that. That's ultimately how you're going to get caught in the hamster wheel. Everybody's situation is different. So you have to self-assess and really figure out what, again, is meaningful to you and how you really want to kind of come up the ladder and ultimately if you're getting fulfillment along the way. I've been in jobs I've hated. I made decent money in them, but I came home and was a shell of myself until I figured out that the balance, again, the Aikido model kind of gave me a clear vision and purpose of what is meaningful in my life. And that kind of allowed me to pivot and move differently.
Yeah, I agree with that by and large. And I think that there's the other element I think to this is, and it was not addressed at all in any of the videos, right, is that there's a lot of this stuff that is systemically changing and it is completely separate and different than the way things have always acted previously. Like you could have been a FedEx driver and had a career, you know what I'm saying, before, but look at what Amazon drivers are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like
good point.
A lot of the industries of the past are rapidly changing and not for the better. Like they're being like the corporatocracy has almost completely sunken its teeth into like how many streaming services do we have? Oh, about to be 2. You know what I'm saying? Like my little remote that came with like the Apple, or not the Apple TV, the Amazon, the Fire TV, the little buttons at the bottom where you could like quick jump to Hulu or quick jump to all them buttons about to be useless. This is about to be one button. And if you were a writer for any of these companies or anything like that, there was nothing you could have done. There was no saving you could have done. There was nothing you could have done to manage your career in a way that was safe. And in this
Yeah.
current landscape of deregulation, they're like, oh, that'll be so much more job. No, that is going to allow these corporations, and that's probably has a lot to do with this this marijuana stuff, is that someone's corporation is about to make a lot of money.
Good point.
And us thinking that we're still in this like 1995 into like 2005, like 2005, like business model, that is not where we are anymore. And for people to have these expectations that, oh, people can get by on 65K, go look at a Walmart, which has maybe 150, 200 employees. 5 of them make that. What are all of the rest of them supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, what exactly is the plan going forward? Like, there's only so much coffee you can drink from home and all that stuff. At some level, there needs to be systemic changes to how this country operates, because at its current level, it is completely unsustainable and the collapse is imminent. And when the collapse happens, I hope these rich people have a lot of food in that bunker, because it's going to get very Hunger Gamesy up in this bitch.
Oh, we already on that Hunger Games thing. You
know what I'm
Patriot
saying?
Games is upon us. Did you hear that?
May the odds forever be in your favor, because I mean, the broke people are going to be just fine when this shit all falls down. They've been used to this forever. And if everybody's lights get shut off, everybody homeless, and your mansion sitting there lit up like a Christmas tree, you looking like a present.
Let me tell you, look, so this is actually kind of funny that you mentioned that.
Your Hunger Games in me?
McKinnon. Let me tell you how this really goes, right? So last night, McKinnon's right. McKinnon's going off. What's up, McKinnon? How you doing? Let me tell you.
Funny.
Last night, I went to work, and when I got off of work, I came home, and as I'm turning into my neighborhood, all power was lost for the entire neighborhood. Like everything went off while I was driving. And I'm sitting there in the driveway for a second, just, reflecting on the fact that it's utter darkness out here, when like 3 houses near me, I hear, and then 3 houses just light up.
Mm-hmm.
Them generators.
Those are houses with the generators, right? And these generators aren't running on propane, they're running on natural gas. These generators will run as long as the gas mains are full of natural gas. As long as it takes. And the first thought that was in my, I don't want to say primitive mind, but like my survival mind is, I know whose house I need to go to if this persists.
No, I just know which hose to put a hole in so that the generator doesn't turn on.
Nobody getting power. No, you can't have any power. He's in there playing PlayStation where we're out here lighting candles.
Not anymore. Monkey wrench in the plan. Just loosened it up. Now the gas is out in the air. So no one come over here or smoke.
Blow that mansion up. And
I'm not blowing it. I'm just saying I can go out to the curb and just disconnect. Just you ain't got you need some sort of pressure to ignite that bitch. And if I put the atmosphere in that motherfucker, it will not work.
Lost Missionary was talking about the video from earlier. He said all those white coats are probably hiding a crash trolley and a defibrillator.
Yo, good thing RFK wasn't there, or else somebody would have had a fucking Tom and Jerry footprint on their face as he ran out the room.
The boss says the whole system is going to collapse real fast, and all of the rich won't know what to do when it happens. The world will flip upside down, and the only people that will survive will be the poor.
Because this, and especially in this country, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. Especially in this country. In this country, we have, let's just easy math, we have 350. Hey, bet the local AI data center will still have part. They think that. Yeah, they think that. People have already been arrested for investigating options such as those. I'll say, but if and when this all comes crashing down, it's not only going to be the only house that has power on, but let's say they get exactly what they want. They got this,
Yeah.
they got this stupid tax breaks pushing through. You know what I'm saying? They got all that they wanted. They're gonna get all these mergers that they want, and Elon's gonna be a trillionaire, and all this money is gonna flow to the top. And then what do you plan on doing with it? What do you want to go to a restaurant? Well, the farmer markets, that kind of got messed up with the tariffs and all that other stuff. Like the society that they want to be on the top of is the same society that they are putting on the altar to sacrifice for more money.
Yeah.
You literally cannot have your cake and eat it too. You cannot destabilize your own country to exploit it for profit and then expect to have any kind of a life in said country. Like if you want shit to get like nigga ghetto up in here, we can do that, and we can get busy. We've been here 500 years. We done fought the Klan, the Confederates, you name it, and we still here, and y'all still dancing to our music. So we can do whatever you want to do. It's fine. I know y'all not built for that. And black people too, I hope y'all are paying attention. Y'all need to make sure y'all are built for that for when this goes to where inevitably it will.
Don't get lost in creature comforts, guys. Pick up skills. We talked about this yesterday on the show. Pick up
skills and allies are going to be worth their weight in gold.
Learn to swing an axe. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, these are skills that you can learn.
And farming, like you know how to put some damn shit in some dirt.
Turn that dirt, aerate that soil.
You know what I mean? Try to grow a tomato plant a couple times. Let it die. You know what I'm saying? Figure out some agrarian skills.
Do something.
Because these life skills that they keep promoting to us, like, oh, how to make a resume and how to do all that. Yeah. And then we were all told, go to college, and then the jobs will be waiting for you as soon as you got out. And then lo and behold, Gen X and the boomers were like, just kidding. I actually just promoted my nephew instead. I know hundreds of thousands of you went to college to get these 4-year degrees. And then we offered 1,500 jobs. Like that. The real issue is they're not in the game of paying people. They're in the game of making money. And until we start holding corporations accountable in a way that they need to be competing to get people, unionized labor is the option. Europe already does it. They pay taxes, but guess what? You can't treat them any old kind of way.
No, you can't.
You can't just fire me for no reason. You can't just put a data center outside of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do whatever you want to us.
McKinnon has been trying to buy my hoodie for about 8 months. And when I say this, not a hoodie that's like my hoodie, my hoodie.
The one that he was wearing.
Off my body.
Off of his back. He said, put it in the box.
You know who's not in the game of making money?
Turning down investment after investment.
Tim says, I pity your kids. My 8-year-old starts gardening club at school in the new year. That's what's up. What's up. We don't have that here.
Gardening is cool.
Yeah, we don't have that. I'm sure some schools may have it. Honestly, not.
Rural schools have agriculture classes and things like that. Rural. I don't think they do it at schools in the metropolitan area though.
Nope, not in the burbs either. Alistair, I'll read this from Chris. Alistair, they have diesel backup generators just in case the natural gas generators spoil. Double redundancy. Man, y'all are good over there in the UK, huh?
Diesel, huh?
We got another super chat from Viper Scott. Tez, Mikey, do you get compensation for the powder outage? We do in the UK. If it's off for more than 8 hours, that also depends on your service provider. My power was out for a week. I had to take my family to Mikey's house because we didn't have any power for so long. And then everyone left me when I went back to the house to try to get the power on or try to call somebody. No, it was that weird hurricane style wind that we had about 7-8 years ago, Mikey, if you remember that out there.
Thank you so much for the 5 British pounds. I usually say that. I just want to say they'll be like, what outage?
Right. That never happened. You talk
My
about we didn't have
whole-
power for a week.
My whole house, the whole block is flashing 12 midnight on every device. They'd be like, what outage? There's no outages on our side. Looks fine over here. What are you talking about? Yeah, they don't owe us anything. They kind of just do whatever they want with us as
They
far
just
as
go
like
about their
utilities.
business like it never happened.
They're like, I don't remember no outage. And actually, you owe us $6 more.
Kay
I
says,
love Sean Groves.
Sean Groves. I like Sean Groves as
And
well.
that channel is pretty insane.
Good stuff.
Sean is a homie.
I'm gonna tell you guys, like I think we've all been duped.
That's an understatement. I'm looking at the comments from the UK, and just to see some of the programs that they have installed just for the betterment of their people is insane comparatively to here. I mean, in the metropolitan area, they have metal shop and auto, culinary, but it's really not that in depth. And it's not something that's like a focus study. You can't.
And those kids, let's just call them kids from my youth, right? None of them knew what they were doing after being in those classes. And at the school that I went to first, they had a whole old school setup because the school was from like the 40s. They had a huge auto shop, huge shop in the back, big science labs. They didn't even use this stuff most of the time. And then only select people were allowed to be in the class, no matter how many times you applied for it. And it was always the same select people. They're like, I remember trying to get an auto shop. They told me, yeah, it's not happening. You need to pick a different elective. Okay, well, let me get in metal shop, or we're shutting that down after this semester. You could take band.
Nothing wrong with band. Hey, nothing wrong with band. Hey.
I'm not going to go on a random tangent, but this is telling, right? Like, we consume. There is no way, and I don't see a way that people are going to band together. To your point, in Europe, not only do their governments not treat them this way, but in France, whenever they had the issues agriculturally, they pulled up and threw manure on people. Right? We
took the tractor to City Hall and dumped a metric ton of bullshit on their front door. I like it.
Right.
All we got is Luigi Mangione.
Stop it.
Listen.
I am Luigi.
Don't
don't do that. Wait a minute.
We too black. We can't. We are not white boys. They will come for us.
He said, "I'm not getting sued. Not again."
No, they gonna come.
I'm not
for
trying
us.
to be on the FBI list. Wait a minute.
And this is Candace Owens' little brothers.
He said, Chris said, in the UK, we have priority services register, which mandates that those customers who have a medical need or have a young child at home receive priority if the power is out for more than 24 hours. I did have a 2-year-old that had a medical need, and let's just say that they didn't care at all. There's nothing we could do over here at the good old Edison.
Hey, remember when Texas had that flood and that little kids camp was flooded and all them little kids was drowning?
Yeah.
And nobody fucking showed up for them people. And the motherfuckers had to get their own farm equipment and they had to dig themselves out.
Yeah.
No, Mexico showed up. They sent people over the border.
Mexico doesn't count.
No, they count. They count.
You
they
feel
had
me?
To...
Motherfuckers was like, we're rescuers. We'll rescue you.
When
Americans were sitting on their ass.
Bad Bill body ass went to Mexico when everybody was freezing.
Hey, don't ever call that motherfucker Ted Cruz again. And here's why. Emilio Estevez, Coach Bombay, millennial hero,
aka Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. He a bitch. Why you change your name from Carlos to Charlie?
His name was Carlos Estevez.
Yeah, Martin Estevez. Why y'all switching it up? Emilio kept it a buck. Be in a world full of Charlies. Be an Emilio.
Charlies. He dared to be an Emilio.
So, back to Ted Cruz. That motherfucking name is Raphael.
His name is Raphael. Conversation with Soft
Don't
Rain
let him tell you different. That motherfucking name. He always talk about trans people.
Raphael's a little too ethnic for his base.
They can't call me Rafa.
Yeah, I'm about to say Rafa can't make it do what it do with the white nationalists.
Yeah. Conversation with Soft Rain says, I've grown a couple of vegetables in my time. I usually cucumbers, tomatoes and bell peppers. I have been known to cut a little rug.
I feel
What I
like
like
she's
to say.
threatening me when she said that.
Because
She didn't say she grew onions, so I think you good.
I feel like she was saying that next.
Viper Scott with another.
5 British pounds.
Yes, it is. Scottish Power have websites that tell you where outages and how long it gets to be fixed to, Mikey and Tez. Everybody just doing better than America.
Bro, they living
Leave
in
the
like
laughing stock.
they living in 2100 B. We in
The kid
2100
says-
BC.
The only kids who get anything out of metal shop classes wear Carhartt jackets and crisp regular jeans. They know where they're going.
Yo, why you know exactly the uniform? Because that's dead ass accurate. The fucking the khaki Carhartt with all the ash on it. Yeah, I know.
In Vietnam, they learn how to handle an AK-47 in high school. In Vietnam,
Yeah, we can't do that here. I don't. That wouldn't go over. Yeah,
Nope. Everybody would be dead. Person impersonator says, I am disabled. If the water gets cut off, our UK water board has to bring me the bottled water for free. If it goes no longer than a few hours, you got on the priority register. What is wrong with here?
How did we get here? Is the question. I mean, I
They
know the
brought us
answer
here. What are you
longer,
talking
but
about?
How did we get?
He said
They
they brought us
changed.
here.
Not 400 or 500 years ago.
Plymouth Rock didn't.
So-
Hey,
you know,
So the
That is the
Americas had
point.
sugar cane and cotton, and the
We didn't
African
land on
continent
Plymouth Rock.
had blacks.
Plymouth Rock landed on us.
And the
Alistair
Gullah
says,
Geechees.
if that means they have a hookup, what? They hook up a mobile generator to the customer's property. They're bringing you power when you're out, bruh.
Bro, Europe has so much more shit handled because they are a much older society writ large than we are. We're very new, and
don't give them a pass. We still read at like an 8th grade level by and large. That's
but
why.
that's what that leads into what I'm saying. They've been around. They done had hella revolutions in all of their countries. So
Mikey,
when them people say, "Motherfucker, I need the trash picked up on Wednesdays and Saturdays," and then they be like, "Nah, man, we can only do Fridays." Everybody go get your vests on, and they will march shut the whole motherfucker down until they get what they want. Americans refuse to do that because if they get a little bit of money, like this little video we was watching, once they get a little bit of money and they get in that cycle of I have to beat this cycle, they do not care that their entire material existence could be altered in a way that is more pleasing to them if only they would care about politics more, if only they would run for city council. It's 2 meetings a week or 2 meetings a month, and then you might have like a couple of conference calls, but then you will be directly in charge of what happens in your city. And then it goes to the county board and state electors and such and such. We literally hold the keys of turning our shit into the UK, but people refuse to give a shit about politics because it's boring. Well, newsflash, millennials, y'all all about to turn 40. You need to start caring. You should have been caring since you were 18. You had your break. Pay
There are
attention and let's
millennials-
change the shit now before we're 90 talking about some I was voting for Obama and then Trump and them was well, let's shut them the fuck down and get done, like get this shit over with. Cause this shit is whack, bro. Like I'm about to leave. This shit sucks. And no one wants to raise a kid here.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
Like,
the English, they have university for free, and yet, the third biggest metropolitan area in Illinois, they graduated with 3.5 grade point averages, and they can't even speak English correctly. They can't even spell. How do you get a 3.5 and you can't spell?
And all of their rent just went up $500 over the last couple of years, just like mine.
Yeah, which is crazy. They can't.
So what are they
spell,
supposed
bro.
to do? So what are
They-
they supposed to do?
They can't spell. They can't spell. I had someone from that town tell me yesterday that the reason why they have so many children is because people keep them pregnant.
My bad. I didn't want to detract from this because this is a good conversation. But look at what Mitch put in the comments.
Oh my god.
Kidding.
I gotta go down. I gotta scroll
Yo,
down.
that's impressive.
McKinnon is
He goes
diabolically
slide
hilarious.
past the onions.
We're gonna-
Viper Scott's got a new one. Mikey, exactly. Civil discord protest France for EG.
I'm talking about anything the government does they don't like, they shut the whole country down.
McKinnon says, if y'all could put just as much effort into politics as I am putting into obtaining Tez's hoodie, we'd live in a much better country. Get on my level, you filthy casuals.
Yo, that is what it is. That is exactly, they're filthy casuals. People are treating their adulthood like a casual as opposed to a try hard. You guys got to try hard in real life. I'm sorry. You got to.
Mikey, you want to read L's comment for me?
Hey, L. Miss Chaos. Got pet rats out of second handle time. Okay, that's good. They need to relax more. One is a bugger, so he'll take more time. Okay, that's good.
Kay says it's not that simple. The system is set up to alienate people from participating in the process. People are burnt out and checked out by design. We are atomized and are desocialized by design.
No, okay. While I appreciate that comment, I think that it is something that we do have to address. In today's time, people are too comfortable with convenience. If we look back at the Montgomery protest, they created their own system to get from point A to point B. Traveling,
pickup trucks,
picking people up, carpooling, doing the things that were needed to be done. Yep. I don't think it's a matter of an inability to do it. I think it's an unwillingness to be a part of something that's bigger that causes inconvenience. Right. We have this throughout history. So it's not like we can't do it. It's just whether or not people are going to be willing to and what it's going to take to actually get there.
Yep. I agree 100% because everyone's next, like they bus boycotted for like 2 months. No, it was
2
like
years, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
It was like 18 months or something like that, where these people literally had to walk on foots because cars were kind of expensive back then. So the bus was like the way you got around. They found other ways.
Right.
They literally like bankrupted the city of Birmingham, which is the biggest city in Alabama at the time. Like they went broke because the buses was getting too expensive to run because wasn't nobody on there. It is those sorts of out of the box thinking tactics that are necessary. So when mother's like, Target said, I'm getting rid of all the DEI stuff. Let's go, Trumpy. Let's do this, baby. High five. And then all the black people was like, oh, word. Hey, yo, shut it down.
Right.
The stock value's halved.
Yeah, it was halved.
It was halved in a year.
Scott says, only in Scotland, my friend, it's free to Scottish citizens. England, they have to pay 9,000 British pounds a year, guys.
Shit.
Passport Go says, I was definitely thinking about moving me and my family to Greece. Kay says, I'm in the process of trying to debt up a union where I work right now, and it's like pulling teeth, and it's frustrating. But they also see where people are coming from.
No, they don't.
So the UK is in bad state regards to public services, but it's nothing like how bad America is.
So the UK had a good thing going, and they had 14 years of Tory leadership, and the austerity measures and the cutbacks, and then we'll take care of it later. It ruined, like the program still exists by and large, but a lot of it has been just mothballed, and there's not enough people to do it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they say all these immigrants are the problem, and they want to kick out all the immigrants. Well, they have a national health service. A lot of those doctors and nurses are migrants. So it's weird how much people will pay for racism.
They'll pay a premium. What are you talking about?
Premium. It's expensive.
This racism plus, that monthly subscription hurts, boy, but it is nice.
In the 1960s, my grandfather purchased a home on the south side of Chicago. And, they're all dead now. So I'm just going to tell the story the way the story is. Purchased a home from a man and his family in Chicago, and the man, he committed, self-deletion in the garage, because I don't really think it was self-deletion. I think his neighbors killed him, to be honest. I think his neighbors did it. But
allegedly, I ain't testifying of them. Shit.
They're all dead.
I don't know.
They're all dead. All of them are dead. All those people are dead.
I'm not
You know,
going to ghost court with you.
You know, they can box me in ghost court on the astral plane, whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like especially them racists. Oh yeah,
I'm
punch
not
a
in.
Nazi all day. I'll punch a Nazi in the nose. I don't care. What's the diagram say? Identify this. Is this person a Nazi or not? Should you punch it?
Automatic
Hold the
yes.
line now. Yes, they're a Nazi. Punch them.
Good
That's all there is.
Hey, that if ever you have a Nazi who's at a generator, you know whose house you stealing from first.
I'm gonna take all of their stuff. That's not alleged.
You know, wait a minute. I just got a random text message about something completely different. It says if you just put a water hose into someone's house, that over time, it doesn't matter what they have, they're gonna have to just a hose, huh? Because they'll have to have a sump pump, but then it'll probably burn out, right?
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
what that message was about.
Yeah. I wonder what that was all about.
Interesting.
So
in the
let's
winter,
just say
it's
this man
worse.
was found in the house.
Oh.
All of the neighbors subsequently moved out of the neighborhood, what was an affluent neighborhood, when he moved into it. They all moved out. My grandfathers worked super hard, man. One of them worked at Chicago Steel. The other one was, let's just say, outed from a police department in the city of Chicago, because at that time that was uncouth. You know what I'm saying? And he started truck driving, and he told me the story so many times how he had literal, non-black neighbors, also non-Mexican or Asian. They were just good old country boys that lived on the south side of Chicago, and the neighborhood was nice. It still is. All the houses are still standing. They don't have any issues. They were built very well. These houses were built very well. They're probably over 100 years old right now. And let me tell you, I drive by sometimes when I miss them for nostalgia purposes when I'm out there in the area, and it's flipped again. And I hate to say this, but white flight is a real thing. So it's they'll pay a lot of money and leave their wonderfully built house that's still standing today with no issues to get away from everyone else. They'll pay a premium for their racism.
Can I read something real quick? So Allie put at 2:01.
Not that one.
At 2:01 p.m.
I got Allie.
And Brexit, for you Americans that didn't keep up with international news, Brexit was when Britain decided to vote, or the UK decided to vote on whether or not they wanted to leave the European Union and do their own thing by themselves, which was a terrible idea and has had a lot of bad repercussions on the countries. So Allie says Brexit caused the NHS, National Health Service, lost 10,000 staff in its first year and 4,000 every year after. They have the UK has about the population of Illinois. So
expensive.
Now imagine if Illinois lost 10,000 of its medical staff in a year and has been losing 4,000 medical staff every year after that. We would run out of medical staff pretty soon, and they got people in the hallways and all. It's bad. Tim Ballon with 5 British pounds. A friend's family came to the UK to work in NIHS in Northern Ireland for the NHS. I guessed it. During the Troubles from Uganda. Okay.
So what we got left over here? We got Tim.
That's what I just read.
Family. Okay, yeah. A friend's family came to the UK to work. Yeah, North Ireland from the. Okay, yeah. I got to show it though. I got you. Yeah. Chris says exactly. I was just thinking about that, and then Chris also says Alistair, they would probably say it was a pre-existing condition and not covered. That's exactly what they say for everything that you go for.
Yep.
So guys, we're almost
part of the
2 hour mark, and I'm gonna do a couple of things here. We're at the 2 hour mark. You guys can definitely catch Mikey and Tim, and sometimes me too, over on the Ben podcast, depending on what type of day it is. You never know. You never know when I'm gonna pop up. But we're gonna do a thing. If you guys are in the Chicagoland area, we are not Mikey, but I'm sure he'll be there. We're putting on a show, the Raw Society Coalition, and it's going to be a Valentine's Day theme show called Singles and Soulmates in Darien at the Q Bar on February 13th. I'm going to play a video. This is from a friend of ours and the channels. This is B Class, otherwise known as the Classic Codes on YouTube. And the rest of us, when we did our little thing over there, let's do it this way. And we're going to play this really quick for this advertisement video. You can say it's from our sponsors.
You got that glow. And one thing they hate worse than you having that glow is when you know you got that glow. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. So give them a reason to keep hating on us. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, all farming, all up in rank. Step in the room, they pay the way. I get treated like a milli tank. Southpaw like I'm really tank. I do things that they really can't. Envious, cause they really ain't. I'ma win any type of way. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. That's a parlay you could take to the bank. Know some people I love, put some smut on my name. Real life, I'ma still love them the same.
If you're in the Chicagoland area, make sure you guys stop by and come and see us. It'll be a pretty good time. Lots of laughs, lots of jokes. We'll have a question and answer section, and then we get a couple of different concerts from B Class himself. So that'll be a whole lot of fun.
I want to know, will he be performing the Moo and Oink theme song? That is a deal breaker for me.
I don't think that he's gonna do the Moo and Oink song, but
Moo
I mean, maybe if you
and
ask nice enough.
that should be how every Chicago artist going forward. You need to start off the show with the Moo and Oink jingle.
Start with the Moo and Oink. So we got
What
John
did
said he
J.G.
loves
Wentworth
Q
do?
Bar. Make sure you show up with your wife. You know, no kids. This is an adult event. We got
my kids
Kay
mature.
says, there's a history of what works. Well, your kids mature. There's a history of what works that we definitely need to learn from. But there's also a history of repression, and counterinsurgency needs to be able to speak to where people's anxieties come from to organize.
Right.
L says, oh no, Chris says at L, you weren't tickling his back foot, were you?
They're over there tickling mice.
Person impersonators laughing. Mike, he says, who's over here tickling mice? He said, that'll be L. Okay, person impersonator says that. L says, I thought that it was his back foot. I don't know if that's a recommended spot. That like the like button will be jealous. Yes, it will. So I'll tickle your mice.
You stay away from my mice,
McKinnon. You stay away from my hoodie. You stay away from Mikey's mice.
My mice are none of your concern, McKinnon.
Where is tons of mice? I haven't seen tons of mice in a while. The show should start with Go Go Godzilla. There we go. Onions and Godzilla, guys. That's what we've come to today. Viper Scott says, chat, you all need to stay safe, well, and have a good day. Wherever you are, have an excellent weekend. And also you need to go Max Max is on soon at 8:30 UK time.
Ooh, Max
yeah,
Million.
for sure. If you guys want to donate to me, I guess that information is at the bottom of the screen because YouTube doesn't let me take anything. But yeah. Kay says say it, Mikey.
Oh,
That's not
10
British.
Yeah, 10 buckaroos.
Yeah,
And shout out to the gremlins with the holiday hat on.
Most definitely. There's an inconvenience and then there's futility. People aren't turned off from participating in politics because it's inconvenient, but because it feels futile, and that's by design. Scott says, thanks for the support. Thank you too, Scott. Lost Missionary, back at your house there. You guys are amazing. Thanks for the show. I'll donate 400 in return for a gift. You just want my clothes.
All right, Cortez, when you show up, okay, and then you'll be like, man, how did he get my address? I'll be like, look, man, he shook me down, bro. What do you want me to do?
Hey, I understand.
He showed up in a dark alley. He had something poking through his jacket. I didn't want to find out what it was. I just told him where you were, man.
Some new shoes.
You just be, Tez, he's coming. Run.
Thanks, Viper. Thanks you. I appreciate you.
Quick,
a lot.
get the
we
hanger.
always have fun. So before you guys go, we have something that I have to say. 4 I don't even know how many years that is, but 4 and 6.5 years ago, there was a man who was upset by his surroundings, and there was another man slightly shorter who was upset with his surroundings as well. They got together to create a town hall meeting to where we can address our personal grievances against the place that we lived. That snowballed in rapid succession. While our friends decided to drop off, as they were afraid of the government and we weren't, we decided to keep on going. We met some other individuals. We'll just leave it at that. We met some other individuals, and they joined us for a show called The Ben Podcast.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
I'll tell you guys. I owe so much to development from being able to get my thoughts and
Artwork by Theo Third Eye.
The Theo Third Eye needs a mention in there. That artwork was beautiful. Let's show it again. They drew caricatures of all of us that were involved. And
you want me to send that to you?
Yeah, send it to me really quick. I'm gonna put it.
Yeah.
They drew characters of us, and it was for I think 2.5 years. That was the only artwork we had.
It's still the best we have ever had.
I agree. It is
Literal fucking art.
You know, you guys get to see a little bit of Theo's work all the time. Because I love to post the stickers everywhere. I still have a ton of stickers, Mikey.
Yeah, me too.
A ton of stickers. I'd be posting them on light.
I can't put them anywhere because I love them so much.
I have like 50.
If I stick them to something, then I won't have it anymore.
You know,
then I'll
one time
have one less.
because I got invited to a strip club, and I don't go to strip clubs.
Don't do that.
So I got invited to one, and
don't put us
I
in a
was
strip
like, maybe I could make it rain with these.
Don't do that.
I was like, I sure have more stickers than singles in my pocket.
You're gonna get people upset with us.
What is this? I thought this was money. It's better than money. It's the gift of us.
Stop it.
You guys can check out Theo the Third.
The Third.
It's 3, but it's Theo3the3rd.com. Yes, take care, peeps. I want to
seriously, go to 3thethird.com and have your fucking mind blown.
Yeah,
T is amazing. T is amazing. The link's in the chat right now.
On the book, or did you say? Yeah, you sent it on the book. Okay,
yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this artwork. Let me just go ahead and save this.
Like, and T went to school with me and Cortez and K in the chat. T is like always been like this, like almost
incredibly
like legend,
artistic,
like almost like an out of body experience, legendary person that is like, how did you do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just blows your mind. Totally chill, laid back as fuck, passionate as fuck. But I mean, come on, y'all. Look at me down there.
This is the OG Ben Podcast logo and artwork.
Looking like Mayor Brandon Johnson.
Right?
Cortez Johnson.
I miss my mohawk.
Yeah, you have the right like head shape. You can rock that.
Yeah, I miss my mohawk, man. I do. I miss my mohawk. You know, now I got a beard and short hair, all short. No,
I got this long ass ET skull, so I can't be rocking no mohawk. That motherfucker be long as shit. Motherfucking trough of hair on my big long elongated scalp.
Yeah, I miss that mohawk, man. Like, they did a really good job of capturing it too. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is amazing.
It was great artwork. It's great artwork.
And I forget it. Kay, if you can help me, I forget what the art style is called, but I think it's etching, where it's just like that black sheet, and then you have like the thing where you scratch off, and it's like white underneath. So T does a lot of like no color stuff, and like I've never ever wanted to look at a black and white drawing of anything.
Hey,
but their work is so
been
good
homies for a very long time. Same as Mike. Like we had some really artistic conversations in school, and it just echoed until like our adult lives. And like, if anybody needs to check out that artist, go check out 3 the Third. I'm really down with that. Go, you guys check out Theo and let Theo know that we're ever grateful for immortalizing us the way they have. You know, this group of people that did this show, I think we changed the world. Nobody could convince me otherwise.
They started copying us immediately after.
You know, we did something that nobody else was doing at the time, and the rest of the spaces changed the way they did things after we did them. We did them first. This is a fact. We did them first. And
was that song? I hit it first.
Yeah, exactly. You know, we Ray J. You know, we did so many things, and I want to say happy birthday to the Ben podcast. All of the
Yay.
Ben podcast hosts over the years. Tim, I wish you were in this picture because you deserve to be in this picture as well. Happy birthday to the Ben podcast, and thank you for everything that the Ben podcast has done for all of us.
Woohoo! Forever live the Bentifada.
You know, we are all eternally grateful for your support over the years. You know, we are also so very attractive, and we're glad that you guys watch us and enjoy our beauty the way that you do. It does wonders for all of our egos, you know, some of our pockets. It's so good. And I hope that you guys are around because we're not stopping ever. I will never retire.
Hey, yo, all they got to do is pay me and I'll leave.
For $8,000 a month, you can buy my silence.
I'm just saying, if they want to do like what these people was doing for Trump, where they was getting all this like bullshit, they was getting like $600 a month. I was like, yo, all y'all had to do was like, yo, just 10 grand. You shut the whole network down.
He said Linoleum got the image cut into it. Do you mean Mikey?
Ouch.
Said the way T talks about art also completely changed and leveled up the way I think about and approach music too. Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. That is you guys didn't know Mikey was an artist.
I don't talk about it anywhere near enough, but
don't go to the Deviants.
These motherfuckers over here. You want to talk about? Remember we was talking about before we did the show? What it's called? Motherfucker be hating.
Yeah. Don't hate. If you guys, Mikey, please tell them what happened to the Deviants website.
Oh, somebody bought the URL before I could renew it, and like I think it's some sort of porn that they've got it connected to. So had to ditch my website. So I was like, oh, great. Not like a young black man tried to start a website to earn some extra money on the side without hating ass motherfuckers on the internet. So it is what it is.
No, I don't know if it's canceled, but he definitely was deleted.
He got quantitatively eased.
You guys are amazingly talented, and you should be proud of everything you have accomplished so far.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna take a picture of this. So, I needed that today. Chris, I know, and this is probably the most that you'll ever see me show. I know that everybody goes through so many things in this world, and everyone's got their own issues. I really appreciate the way that you guys have always treated me. I did not miss all of the chats for a year and a half before I showed up again on the Ben podcast. I didn't miss all of those chats. I saw them and I acknowledged them through Mikey, and so did he. And I thank you guys for wanting to watch me. Thank you guys for supporting Mikey the entire time and the rest of the Ben podcast members. And you guys just don't know that half the time we would go to make sure that you guys had a show because we knew you guys were waiting on us. Mike, you got anything for the Bensters in here?
Drink your meek.
So for all the music lovers, we're gonna do something because we do support local artists as well as letting you guys know what type of music you're gonna be getting.
Fine, I'll make you a theme song, Cortez. I see what
you know.
I don't hate Byron, but I also make music and Byron makes music. So like he's showing a lot of Byron's music right in my face. I get
it. So you make me a song.
Message received. You didn't have to do it like this.
He's got to make me a song, guys, and he knows it. He made my daughter a song before he made me one.
That's because it was funny.
It was fantastic.
It's hilarious.
So we're gonna play this song again. It's Not For Real, and we will see you guys.
Peace.
This is what you guys are gonna get. He's gonna be doing songs from the Sebastian.
Double-edged sword.
Thanks everybody for coming through.
Shit. Look around, don't know who to trust.
Then people come over and hit the blue name in the description and come sub.
Ask me how
Yes,
I feel,
come
think I'm gonna
sub.
tell you not for
Thank
real.
you, thank you, Mikey. Thank
But
you.
I
forgot.
grind like I'm still unfulfilled. Ain't satisfied till I touch a certain M's. Can't say the number, they apply against my plans. I'm turning up, dog, this one for the gym. Come to these bars, I only play above the rim. Boy, I'm Thomas Shepard. Long sleeve with the corduroys. Really came to get buckets. Purnell with the defense. Too slick, you can't touch me. Bud Crawford on offense. I'm unassuming, but I'm really punching. Underrated, I'm starting to love it. Stacking days, I'm stacking the budget. When I win, ain't none of it lucky. Tapped in, I got it from nothing. Stay ready, preheated the oven, just did a theater. I'm still a recovery therapy team. They really love me. They'd kill me if they knew I was young. High speed chase, I had to punch it in front of thousands. I started with hundreds. Don't really see no competition. This look like a luncheon. Suggest you let me mind my business. Catch you if you luncheon. They love you all these years, but at the end you wasn't nothing. Look around, don't know who to trust. Not for real. Lately I've been paranoid. I gotta chill. Ask me how I feel, think I'ma tell you not for real. But I grind like I'm still unfulfilled.